In a world obsessed with fast fashion and throwaway trends, there exists another world, far removed from mass production and mainstream appeal. It's a world that most people only glimpse through glossy magazine covers, red carpet appearances, or the arms of billionaires stepping out of private jets. A world where price tags are meaningless, wait lists are longer than a royal guest list, and exclusivity is the ultimate currency. Welcome to the world of high luxury. But what really makes these brands so powerful, so untouchable, and so deeply desired? Is it the craftsmanship, the history, or is it something more hidden, more psychological? In this two-part video series, we're going deep beneath the surface to reveal the hidden strategies, shocking truths, and carefully guarded secrets behind the top 8 most exclusive luxury brands in the world. From fashion houses that burn unsold bags to watchmakers that manufacture scarcity, these companies operate on an entirely different level. This is part 1, where we uncover the untold stories behind Hermès, Rolex, Chanel, and Louis Vuitton. 4 brands that don't just sell products, they sell power, identity, and immortality. You may know their names, but after this, you'll never see them the same way again. Hermès, the house that sells to the few. When you think of ultimate luxury, chances are the first thing that comes to mind is the Hermès Birkin. It's not just a handbag, it's a global symbol of status, taste, and wealth. But here's what makes Hermès so fascinating. It doesn't care about demand. In fact, it deliberately ignores it. Founded in 1837 as a maker of saddles and harnesses for European nobility, Hermès has stayed fiercely independent for nearly 2 centuries. Its philosophy is rooted in perfection, patience, and privilege, not profits. Unlike other brands chasing trends, Hermès never floods the market. Want a Birkin? You can't just walk in and buy one. There's no online listing, no catalog, no waiting list you can simply sign up for. Instead, you must build a relationship with the store. Become a loyal customer, spend tens of thousands on other items. Only then, if you're lucky, will a sales associate quietly offer you a Birkin from the back. And it's not because they can't make more. Each Birkin is handcrafted by a single artisan over the course of 15 to 20 hours, using the finest leather on earth. The artisans train for years before they are trusted with even a single stitch of these iconic bags. And when the bags aren't sold, they're not discounted, they're not donated, they're destroyed, burned, shredded, erased. Because for Hermès, preserving the image of exclusivity is worth more than profit. They don't advertise the way other brands do. They don't chase celebrity endorsements. Instead, they let desire do the marketing. When you see someone with a Birkin, you know they didn't just buy it, they earned it. That's the power of Hermès. Rolex, manufacturing desire, one waitlist at a time. Rolex is the undisputed king of watches. It has adorned the wrists of Winston Churchill, Martin Luther King Jr., James Bond, and every power player you can imagine. But here's what sets Rolex apart. It doesn't just sell watches, it sells legacy, and it does so by manipulating perception. Every year, Rolex manufactures over 1 million watches. That's not rare, that's mass production. And yet, go to any Rolex boutique and ask for a Submariner, a Daytona, or a GMT Master 2, and you'll hear the same phrase: sorry, it's not available. Sound familiar? That's because Rolex has mastered the illusion of scarcity. They tightly control distribution. Authorized dealers receive limited shipments and are not told when the next batch will arrive. This uncertainty fuels obsession. People put their names on wait lists that last months or even years. In some cases, buying one Rolex isn't enough. You need to build a purchasing history to be offered the one you really want. It's not just about money, it's about loyalty, patience, and access. And then there's the pre-owned market. Thanks to Rolex's artificial scarcity, many models fetch double or even triple their retail price in secondary markets. That's no accident. Rolex watches are designed to appreciate over time, not depreciate like most luxury goods. They are treated like investment assets, heirlooms, and collector's trophies. Even their marketing strategy is unique. Rolex doesn't shout, it whispers. Their ads don't focus on features, they focus on moments. A Rolex doesn't just tell time, it tells history. And that's not just a tagline, it's a strategy. Rolex is in the business of immortality. Chanel, the art of elegant control. Chanel is not just a fashion label, it's a cultural revolution in couture. Founded by the rebellious Gabrielle Coco Chanel in 1910, the brand shattered the norms of women's fashion by eliminating corsets, introducing trousers, and turning the color black into an icon of elegance. But today, Chanel is more than history. It's a fortress of mystique, precision, and control. At the heart of Chanel's power is its refusal to play by the rules. Want to buy one of their classic flap bags? You'll need to visit a boutique. Online sales for these items are non-existent. And in 2021, Chanel went a step further, introducing a 2-bag-per-year policy to restrict purchases of their most coveted pieces. The goal? Shut down resellers and amplify exclusivity. And the prices? They keep rising. In just a few years, the price of a Chanel Classic medium flat bag has more than doubled, jumping from around $5,000 to over $10,000. And still, people line up to buy. Because in the luxury world, higher prices don't repel, they attract. Chanel is also one of the few brands that refuses to dilute its identity. You won't find outrageous collaborations. You won't see bold logos splashed across everything. What you will see is timeless design, subtle power, and curated scarcity. Every boutique is a temple. Every ad campaign is art. Every detail, from the black and white packaging to the signature camellia flower, is deliberate. Chanel doesn't follow trends. Chanel is the trend. Louis Vuitton, dominating the luxury game from the ground up. No luxury brand is more recognizable than Louis Vuitton. The LV monogram is everywhere, from Hollywood to Harrods, from Paris to pop culture. But what's often missed is that Louis Vuitton isn't just a fashion brand. It's a luxury empire, engineered to dominate. Founded in 1854 as a maker of custom trunks for the French elite, Louis Vuitton has mastered one thing above all: brand control. The company is notorious for burning unsold inventory at the end of every season. Not because it can't sell the items, but because it refuses to cheapen the brand with discounts or clearance racks. Louis Vuitton is one of the only luxury houses that fully owns most of its retail spaces. This means total control over the environment, from lighting and music to scent and floor layout. Every store feels like a gallery, an immersive experience that tells you you've entered another class of living. While many brands ride the wave of influencer culture, Louis Vuitton plays the long game. It invests in art, architecture, and innovation. Its collaborations with artists like Yayoi Kusama and designers like Virgil Abloh weren't just fashion moments, they were cultural shifts. The brand doesn't chase hype, it creates it. Subscribe to my channel for latest updates. And perhaps its most brilliant move? It makes you forget you're buying a product. You're buying into a lifestyle, a passport to prestige. A Louis Vuitton bag doesn't just carry your belongings, it carries your ambition.